Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, a short time ago, I made another video called Do We Make Our World? Part 1. And so this is going to be part 2, which is going to look at different aspects of the illusion in a slightly different way. So over the next several videos, I'm going to be laying out certain statements about aspects of the illusion, and then discussing them a little bit. I'm trying to keep them to about 4 or 5 aspects in each video. So there will be, after this one, another video, part 3. After that, I'm not sure if we'll continue in the same kind of videos. So, in a moment, we're going to change the structure here and write down one of those aspects on the whiteboard in this part 2 of Do We Make Our World? And how we do that, if we do. Oh, very mysterious. So I'll see you in a moment. Welcome back. Now, you may notice that at the top of our board here is a statement we made in part 1. Do we, and that's as a question, do we make our world? Well, that also begs the question, what is our world? So we talked about several aspects before in that video on part 1, and I'll reference that up above so that you can go back and take a look at those. Now, these are intended to be kind of stand-alone videos. But it is helpful to know what we talked about before, because they're all interrelated. So in this video, part 2, the first statement that we're going to be talking about is, you can only be right here, right now, in the present moment. So that's our first statement. And so you might think, well, I'm sure I could be someplace else. Well, that is questionable. And you might try right now to be someplace else than right here, right now. Part of that is that you think, well, okay, right here, I'm right here, but I can be over here. Well, here's the problem. When you move from here to here, you're still right here. Because right here is an infinite plane. You might not have thought about that. An infinite plane that you cannot get out of. No matter where you go or how you do it, you are always here. So, when you have problems, like work problems, relationship problems, you think, well, if I could just get away from them, everything would be better. So here is our concern. Whenever you go over here, you go with you. And that is what you can't get away from. You think, well, I'm going to go here. I'll leave my problems here, and I'll go over here. And all my problems will be gone. No, you're still right here. Now, see, you have to kind of decide who you are. And this is your world. This is what do we make our world? And what is our world made of? And as you think about that, you have to think about where you're at. And you're always in the present moment. It's the only place you can be. Try to be somewhere out of the present moment. Now, in another video, and I've done this a couple times, again, to make a point that this is the only place you can be. Now, you see, I'm pointing at the ground here. And you say, well, I can move from there. I can move over here. Now I'm not there. No. You're not in the physical there, but you're in the present moment here. And when you're over here, you're in the present moment here. You can't get out of the present moment. So you can, now don't think about a location where you can move. The physical body is going to move in the illusion based upon not the physical body, but how you, who you are, decides to move the physical body. The physical body is only an instrument. It's not who you are. So when you think you're here in the physical body, you're not here in the physical body because you're not the physical body. So when you move over here, the physical body, you take you with you. You take you with you wherever you want, wherever you go. So you are always in the present moment. Now you're thinking about time. The present moment has no time. It's always the present moment. And it doesn't matter where you're at, it's always the present moment. So we get tied up with thinking, well, physically, right now I'm here. And in time, moving in time, I can be over here. There is no time in the present moment. Time collapses in the present moment. And so when you think you are moving out of the present moment is always where you're at. So that's one aspect that we're going to be talking about, that we just talked about, that is, you can only be here. Now, you can be no other place in that very thin present moment. Infinitely thin present moment. But it goes forever. Everything happens in the present moment. Now, in a moment, I'm going to put another statement on the board, and we'll talk a little bit about it. So, in a moment, I'll be right back. Well, we're back with a new statement. And it is this: you must forever be in the present now moment. The present now moment. In this illusionary reality, you must forever be here in the present now moment. You might think, well, I don't want to be here in the present moment. I want to be someplace else. So, how are you going to do that? You're right here, right now. And we already said, if you're here, it's in the present moment. If you're here, it's the present moment. The present moment is infinitely thin. And everything must be in the present moment. And it stretches throughout the universe, the cosmos, forever. Nothing physical can be out of the present moment. Now, in another video, we suggested that, and we suggested that you try to move something physical out of the present moment. Something physical. Like you're going to jump or catapult out of the present moment into the, where would you go? If you left the present moment, where would you go? Well, there's basically only two places you can go. Into the past or into the future. Now, if you go into the future, you take your past with you. The future is built on the past. So basically, the only place you can go is to get out of the present moment is into the past. Try that. Try to move into the past and out of the present moment. Very difficult. Now, if you can, take a picture of being in the past. You see, a lot of times we have pictures that we took in the present moment. And we say, well, here's a picture of me in the past. It's not a picture of you in the past. You didn't take the picture in the past. You took the picture in the present moment and preserved the memory in a physical way. So now you have the memory in a physical way in the present moment, and you're showing it to me. So the picture isn't in the past, it's in the present moment. Or you couldn't see it. And there's nothing in the past except memories. And memories are not physical. The picture you take is physical. But to see it, it has to be here in the present moment. And then it stimulates memories. So you are still in the present moment. If you took the picture a second ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, if you have it in your hand, it's in the present moment. And the only reason you even think, well, it was taken in the past and it represents the past, well, it may represent it, but it's not the past. It is a memory. Memories aren't real. So if you want to move, see, you're forever here in the present moment. And in the present moment, you change. You don't change in the past. You might think, well, I got old in the past. No, you got old in the present moment. Like me. And you lose your hair and sometimes your vitality and but you do it in the present moment. That's the only time anything can happen. Nothing can happen in the past. Nothing can happen in the future. Everything happens now. Therefore, you must forever be in the present moment until you leave the illusion. So we have some more to talk about. And we'll get back in a moment. Thanks for sticking around. And we'll see how much more fun we can have. So, this isn't a statement. This is a question. Is there any way of getting out of the present moment? The present moment. Well, we've already gone through some stuff that says you must be in the present moment. Well, now if we think about how can we be out of the present moment? What's the mechanism? Oh, that's kind of interesting since you have to be here right now. Well, it is not physical. Physically, you're always going to be here in the present moment until you aren't. You. Now, you may recall another statement we made in another video, and I made it in several videos. You're not your body. That might be a shocker for some. And for others, it will cause the cockles on the back of their neck to kind of light up like a dog. Like when a dog gets ready to, gets angry, he's going to attack you. The back of the neck, the hairs on the back of the neck stand up. And so when I say you're not your body, certain people are going to get upset. Can't help that. Because as we all know, at a certain point, the body stops functioning. The body stops functioning. But you go on. So you are not your body. The body has a purpose, and it must be in the present moment. But you, through your mind, which isn't your brain or your body, can do other things. Now, in the next statement, we'll go on with this line of inquiry, and we'll see where it takes us. See you in a moment. Thanks for sticking around. This is the last statement we're going to be discussing in this video. Not that there's not more to discuss, but as you can see, I ran out of room down here. So, we'll have to do the best we can. Now, this statement, you can be anywhere in your imagination. In your imagination. Now, your imagination has to be developed around what you know. You can't imagine what you have no reference to. And what you have reference to is your past memories, not future, because the future is based upon the past. So it is the past that determines the extent to which you can imagine anything. Oh, you put different memories together and you make like a collage, and it's new. It's something that combination has never come before. And so you use your imagination to do that. Now, so you can be anywhere. You have some idea of what the moon is. As we had astronauts go to the moon, We got moon rocks, we got all kinds of things, because you can imagine being on the moon. Physically, you're still here. So you're not moving physically. You're moving in your imagination. Now, because of what we know about the moon, and we have certain information about other planets in our solar system, we can imagine what it would be like to be on Mars. Not that we've been on Mars, but we have instruments that have been on Mars. And instruments is the hallmark of being in the illusion or being human. So we can imagine being on Mars. And if we can imagine being on Mars, we can imagine other places, fantastic places that we could be. But you can only be right here, right now, in a real physical way. So, do we make our world? Oh, we have more to talk about. And I want you to recognize that this is where the only place you can be. Now, I'm saying again, where you think on the earth, right there, right where you're at. No, you can move, but you are always in the present moment. Your body is always in the present moment. Even though it changes, even though it gets old. And then it's in the past, when that younger you was in the present moment. As it changed, that younger you moved into a different present moment, and that younger you is only a memory. Only a memory. There is no younger you except in your memories. You have always been in the present moment. Oh, what an insight! Why? Why is that important? I'm going to step over here so you can kind of go through these. And I'll go through them just to make sure we get the same thing. You can only be right here, right now. You must forever be in the present now moment. Now the question, is there any way of getting out of the present now moment? And will a slight interruption in the video. I might not be able to edit this out. So I got to make some corrections here in the middle of our video. So let's us now go on. Down here, is there any way of getting out of the present now moment? The big question. And not in any physical way. Not in any physical way. Not in the illusion. You can be anywhere, though. You can be anywhere in your imagination, which is based upon your past reference material. And so this is where this video is going to end. And so I want you to take care of yourself, enjoy yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in part 3. Do we make our world? If so, and since we're in the illusion, if we don't like our world, we can change it. What do we have to change? As was stated before, you have to heal the past. And that will change the present now moment. How do you do that? Oh, we have a lot to talk about. And so we'll start with part 3. We'll look forward to seeing you then. Bye now.